Now, this one says a lot. While everyone's trying to predict who's going to win, somebody's actually putting their money where their mouth is with the biggest political bet ever made. British gambler bets $5 million on Trump. The former banker used private bookmakers registered in the Caribbean island, Curacao. Are you serious? Take a look at these Dow averages, this bump, these percentages. They're going up. I think people know Donald Trump is going to win. Would somebody with millions of dollars really put it down on Trump if they thought he was going to lose? No, of course not. Does it mean they're correct? No, of course not. But I kind of wonder, man, I think there's a lot of people with connections that are in the know. And this is a bold wager, I got to say that. A British gambler has reportedly staked $5 million on President Trump winning Tuesday's election, a wager believed to be the largest ever political bet. The former banker used private bookmakers registered on the Caribbean island Curacao for the bet at odds of 37-20, meaning he could get a $15 million payout. The mystery gambler confidently went all in after consulting with Trump camp insiders, according to the report. Word of this bet has done the rounds, and we think it's the biggest ever made on politics, one betting industry source told the UK paper. While illegal in the US, betting on politics is popular in the UK and many other countries, and many other countries. And the 2020 election is shaping up to be the biggest betting event of all time. Well, there is Predict It. Maybe gets around gambling rules. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure people bet on politics in the US all the time. I didn't realize that was illegal Fox business. Trump beat the odds in 2016, and gamblers appear keen on a repeat performance this time. Donald Trump will likely wake up with a spring in his step as more and more people think he could stay for another term. In the last 4 hours, 71% of money wagered on the 2020 election was on Trump, the site said, which the site's head of marketing, Sam Eaton, called a remarkable swing. The 2020 election is following a very similar betting pattern to the one we witnessed back in 2016. The closer we got to election day, the more money came for Donald Trump. A lot of part-time gamblers will opt to wager on election today. And naturally, given the bigger returns on Trump, they will likely side with the current president. One bookmaker, Paddy Power, told The Sun that 93% of wagers had been on Trump over the previous 24 hours. Jessica O'Reilly of Ladbrokes said, even at the 11th hour, punters are continuing to back Trump at the odds on offer. What makes the pollsters or the bookkeepers confident enough that they're going to give odds to Biden? Because that means you could put down $1 and you could win $3. That's great. You put $1 down for Biden, what do you win? $1.30 or something? Or $1.50? What's the point in doing that? Oh, I guess you'd win. You'd win like $1.50 or $2. You'd win $1 back on top of your dollar. Stands to reason, even if Trump isn't favored to win, the money's on Trump. Now, if I was going to put down some money, which I don't like gambling for the most part. I like going to casinos for sure. That's fun. But here's what you do at a casino. You set aside like $100. You save up. You say, I'm going to take $100 and you break it up and you play and you have fun and you expect to lose. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you can make that $100 last a little while, get some free drinks, and it's all about going out having a good time. $5 million though. Wow. Is it too late to bet on Trump? Jeez. $5 million is a bold statement, the biggest bet ever made. This guy might lose all that money. But he talked to Trump insiders, and they said, you're good. There are a lot of news stories popping up right now where leftists are claiming that Trump is panicked, Trump is sweating, Trump is nervous. You, my friends, who buy those stories are the mark. You're the rube. I saw some journalists comment on this a while ago saying, Trump is not panicking. Trump is an arrogant, boorish old man. He doesn't panic. Apparently, he walked off stage after the debate and said, let's end this. Trump thinks he's going to win. There was an article from Daily Beast where it's like an animation of Trump sweating like crazy. And it was like, he knows he lost. No, he doesn't. Even if he was losing, he wouldn't think he was. They don't get it, do they? They don't get it. So when you have a gambler go to Trump and the Trump camp says something that results in this guy saying 5 million down, they must have really, really convinced this guy to risk $5 million. However, take a look at this story. This is from the Daily Mail. Trump cuts guest list at his planned party inside White House from 400 to 250 saying he'll maybe address the nation as Biden prepares podium in Wilmington. Maybe he'll address the nation? Wait. Trump is cutting his White House party down 150 people? Actions speak louder than words. That, to me, does not sound like a president preparing for a victory, does it? I know. I have no idea what's going to happen, and there's a lot of reasons maybe this is happening, but check it out. President Trump downsized the guest list for his election night party by 150 people and said he'd maybe address the nation. CNN first reported the slimmed down party, which is slated to take place in the East Room, with every attendee getting tested for COVID before gaining entry. Meanwhile, in Wilmington, Delaware, a podium is set up outside the Chase Center, where Democratic nominee Joe Biden will address the nation, no matter the election result, his campaign has said. Trump didn't do much to preview his election night festivities, except tell reporters that the country may not see him. Well, we're going to have to see. He said after being asked if he would speak later Tuesday night. The president made a brief visit to the Republican National Committee annex in Arlington, Virginia, where his campaign is staffed, and thanked them for what they have done. We have a big night planned. We're going to have a very big night, the president said. As he concluded his Q&A with reporters in Arlington, he added, "We'll maybe see you later." Trump was originally going to host a party at his Trump International Hotel several blocks away. On Friday, the New York Times reported the party was off. Not a good sign. When Trump was asked about it, he pointed a finger at D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser, saying her coronavirus restrictions had gotten in the way. You know, Washington, D.C. is shut down. The mayor has shut it down. We have a hotel. I don't know if it's shut down, if you're allowed to use it or not. But I know the mayor has shut down Washington, D.C. Trump told reporters as he left for 3 rallies. And if that's the case, we'll probably stay here or pick another location. I think it's crazy. Washington, D.C. is shut down. Can you imagine? D.C. is in phase 2 of reopening. So bars and restaurants are open with outdoor and limited indoor capacity. The bar at Trump's D.C. hotel has been open for months. Gatherings, however, have been capped at 50. On federal property, Trump can do whatever he wants. Biden is holding his election night festivities in the same parking lot where he watched fireworks with running mate Senator Kamala Harris after his nomination speech in August at the Democratic National Convention. Because of the coronavirus pandemic, Biden and Harris opted not to travel to Milwaukee, this we know. At the conclusion of Biden's speech, supporters were waiting outside in their cars like they were at the drive-in movies. 4 years ago, when polling also didn't look great for Trump, he opted to host his election night shindig at a non-Trump branded property, the Midtown Hilton in New York City. The move at the time was interpreted as a sign that he knew he would lose to Democrat Hillary Clinton and didn't want to sully, say, Trump Tower, where he launched his campaign, riding down the escalator to make his opening pitch. I don't know if this means anything. I'll tell you what it might mean. We can talk all day and night about Donald Trump being spry, being strong, having a lot of energy, but come on, man, the guy gets tired. I think what's really happening is that Trump doesn't want to entertain 400 people. I think Trump wants to go to bed. After campaigning more than he's ever campaigned before, 5 rallies per day for several days, they were saying in some articles that he sounded hoarse in his interviews with Fox and Friends. I can only imagine the dude is beat. He is dead tired. And now you want him to stay up till 3 a.m? Oh, I feel you, Trump. I don't want to do it. I got people asking me how late we're going to go tonight's show because the results aren't going to come in until at least 3 a.m. because of California or whatever. If I'm assuming the polls are closing at midnight, then it's going to be rough because I got to wake up super early. So I can feel you, man. Trump's probably just like, I'm going to bed tonight. It's the end. Give me the results and I'm going to go to sleep. And that's about that. So I wonder. I do. A $5 million bet. That's bold. Donald Trump changing his party doesn't mean a whole lot to me. And the media likes to assume way too much. It's a sign that Trump, he doesn't want to sully his property or whatever. Maybe he just wants to be able to leave the party. Trump lives in Trump Tower. At least I'm pretty sure he did. Could you imagine having a party in your house? You want to go to bed? That's what I'm doing tonight. And I get it. It's going to kind of suck. It always does. Because people stay up late. And I got to get up for work. And I'll go to bed. I'll go to bed super late. I think I'll be up super late. But I got to wake up at like 7 a.m., which means I'm going to get barely any sleep. But everyone's going to party until 7 a.m. And they're not going to go to bed until I don't know if you can hear this, but we got work going on. I got to deal with that. So I don't blame Trump for wanting to tone things down. But maybe it is a sign. Maybe it is a sign he's not as confident as he should be. I don't know. It's also possible it's just the lockdown. It's also possible by the time you watch this video, we already have the results, and you know more than I do right now who the president is. I think it's going to be exciting, to say the least, and I don't mean that necessarily in a good way. Exciting in the sense that it's going to invoke strong emotions and get a rise out of people. I'm worried about the riots and the chaos. No matter who wins, there's going to be uncertainty. I think the markets are going to go nuts. Or Trump might landslide. That's what I want. That's my wish, a landslide. So I'll tell you what. I got one more segment coming up in a few minutes where I'm going to talk about the election. Stick around. That video is coming up shortly.